to Advent of Code 2016. This is Will getting ready for day 12, the challenge. Yesterday's challenge was tough, was more difficult certainly than any of the problems that came before it. So we'll see whether this next problem continues that theme, or maybe we get a little bit of a reprieve. About 10 seconds. Okay. Monorail. Okay. Password. Sembunny code. New computer. Okay. Execute the code. For registers, they all start at 0 and they can hold any integer. Okay. Copy, increment, J and Z, X, Y. Okay. All right. What value is left in register A? Okay, let's take a look at the input. Okay. So this does look like something that we want to parse. So here we go. So I think we can just split this by space. Seems pretty good. Then something like we can zip map operator arg A, arg B. This. And the contents on. Do I need to make it this? I'm surprised that it would have required me to. Okay, here we go. Okay, all right. So for registers, we have A, B, C, D, all initialized to 0. All right. J and Z opposite to itself. Got it. Maybe some kind of do instruction. State instruction like this. The operator of the instruction. All right. It's an increment. Then update state arg A, and this looks fine. Arg A of state with increment, similarly with decrement. Copy, okay. Update state, so copies X into register Y. So this is going to be source. And then this value here is going to be let's see, if arg B, arg A is a number, then just associate in the value of arg A. Otherwise, it's going to refer to a register. So we need to get in state the keyword form of this. That's a copy. Okay, let's see, and then state, we're also going to need, what do they call this in assembly? I for instruction. Okay, interesting. So, all right, the state is also going to have the code in it. So, A and Z. All right. It takes relative to itself. All right, so we want to say, let's see. So, okay, if X is not 0. Okay, so the first argument. Okay, so can we extract this? Can we call this something like value for some X here? If X is a number, then return X, otherwise. This. Okay. Value in state of R is this. Okay. Okay, if arg A is 0, then I think we'll just, let me look up the documentation for update. I want to see if it takes, no, okay. Okay, for now, just return state like this. Otherwise, what we want to do is update, so our instruction counter, and we're going to have to update all the instruction counters, but by adding 0 has to be value in state. Got it? Okay, the value in state. This. Okay, and now we're actually going to pull the instruction out. So, so the code won't change. But I need to get I out of a state like this. And so update state being, so arg, let's decompose this a bit. Take the state, update the instruction, update location where we are in the code, then increment deck in the same way. This, then increment our copy. I take the state, copy this value, update the instruction counter. JNZ just updates the instruction counter. Okay, do instruction. All right, then what? Then deck map the, just map the parse to my clipboard lines like this. Then what? How do I run it until it's done. Last instruction, then the program halts. So I guess the way to do it, so what happens if I have a vector, try to get 1 out of it, index out of bounds? Ooh, that's not good. All right, so since it is a vector, let's just do code this. Otherwise, we're going to say to return operator halt. Yep. All right, and then we'll say if halt return a state. This, something like that. And then we'll just iterate do instruction. State, code's not going to change. And then filter halt. Like this. Copy instructions in here. On everything. Too many arguments to if. Here. If. Here. Line 56, it must be here. The value in state, okay, this actually needs to be this. We're getting this out of the instruction. Okay, and it's saying too many arguments to if. 1, 2, and then it's saying this is a third argument. That seems fine. What's this? Somewhere else. Number of args passed to iterate. All right, that's correct. Starting state here. Wrong number of arguments to if. What is the problem? Four. That's right. It's an if thing. What the? Telling me it's out, and it would be right. Ugh. Okay. Add. Ah. What is going on here? Is case funny? Am I? Got it. Got it. Yep. Okay. I thought that this would work. No matching clause CPY. Ah, these are okay. Can I just change these to strings, I guess? Nope. Yep. Pointer exception. All right. So what if I try to get the value in starting state of A, like this? That's correct. That's also correct. Right. Ugh. Yeah, nothing is using a keyword except little pieces of my code here. Okay, I think this is better here. And okay, it shouldn't be the value. Copy. Yeah, I'm not doing enough parsing of my stuff here. Long can't be cast to a string. What is A, B, C, D? Switch these around. Okay. Long can't be cast to string. Gotta be something here, I would think. Better and weird. State. Okay, this just needs to be like this. Long can't be cast. Got it, got it, got it. If it's already a number, then return it. Otherwise, like that. X out of bounds. So that has got to be here, I guess. Shoot. If count of code is equal to the instruction of this, no matching clause blank. Okay. And otherwise, let's return code I state. let's see if I don't know if I like this. This is saying I is 40, getting set to 41, which is just what value is left in register A. It seems like it hasn't run long enough. Value RB. Okay. All right. Wish I could actually. Yeah, I guess I can take this out. Copy it over here. And then get the first value. No matching clause halt. But all right. Key must be integer, it says. Why? It was getting to the halt state. I guess just return this. Key must be integer. I'm saying that the operator is a halt, therefore return this thing. Okay. What's going on? This is in line 55 here. Trying to, not sure. Well, this also seems to be stuck in an infinite loop here, so I'm going to close this. All right, reconnect the REPL. All right, the operator. So, all right, so I took my print line out. Now I'm gonna try to get this out. And it says key must be integer. Before this happened, I was 23. All right, guess I'll just try this value here. All right, the right answer, but not quite in the running. And this must have something to do with. Yeah, not sure. I think think my filter isn't stopping at the right time. Yes. All right, let's see. To the position of the ignition key. All right. Associate C with the value 1. Value is now left in. All right. And yeah, now I'm expecting that we'll get the same behavior where we get an exception at the end, but fortunately this this state printer here should, or this associating the state with a variable will tell us what the state of the machine was before it quit. Okay, it's definitely going. I wonder if we're supposed to, I don't know, maybe analyze the program behavior. Maybe that's like the joke. I noticed that it's spending like all of its time in instruction, like a lot of time in instruction 12. Yeah, what could something like this be? Is there maybe we would have to like examine it and see if there's a JNZ. So there are a few JNZ C's in here, and my guess is so let's cat dash end this. So where is the program spending its time? In instruction, so instruction 12, which would be 13 in here. So basically, so when it's in this loop, what it's doing is adding. Okay, so this has the effect of adding the value in B to A. Okay. But it finished. So let's see what we get. And the right answer. All right. So no points today. Let's see where that puts us on the leaderboard. Oof, 94. Dangerously close to falling off. But let's go over the problem. So day 12. So this is a little bit similar to a problem from last year, where you have to basically write an emulator for a processor that they give you. The processor is given by a state of 4 registers, plus there's so I don't think they state it specifically, but there's also you also need an instruction counter. So these are the instructions. They're pretty straightforward. Increment, decrement, copy, and a jump command. So, all right. So why did it take so long? Well, mostly I was just struggling with problems related to types in Clojure. So initially, I was calling my registers by keywords because that's a more idiomatic kind of Clojure way to do it. But I'm parsing them as numbers, or sorry, as strings. Obviously, they're not coming in as keywords. So I had like some places in my code where I was properly casting them or creating keywords out of them, and other places that I wasn't. Then I didn't have the distinction between strings and numbers down. So I had to like say, okay, well, the value might be a number, or it might be a string. So I have to do this, or it might be one of these registers. And so yeah, it was all pretty hacky to try to get a solution fast. The overall structure I thought was fine, except I don't know why. I still don't know what this key must be integer means. Oh, never mind. Yes, I do. Okay, got it. Yeah, so I'm calling filter halt, but what I really should be doing is I should be calling first filter halt. So what it's doing is it's like I intended it just to give me the first value, but this is actually going to give me every value. So I'm calling do instruction here on where a state is like halt, and then just like any old piece of state like this here. And then yeah, so it's yeah, the issue is that I'm like I changed the state around. So yeah, maybe it would have been better to, let's see, yeah, in like a halt state, what I could just do is I could just return the regular state, and then I could define something like halted. And then I can pull out my predicate here. So we're in a halted state if for code. This. And then extract that out here. But yeah, also another approach would be to represent the code, to put the code into state itself. It doesn't really matter. It makes some of the anonymous functions look a little bit nicer though. Yeah, so like we just use halted by itself instead of putting this percent in here and also passing code in. All right, yeah, I wish that I had been like maybe what I should have done was dug into like my old code and grabbed the solution from last year, which I think is sitting around here somewhere, and maybe like started to have that as a skeleton. Although there were some differences, I will say, between today's problem and the problem from last year. So maybe not completely. Maybe it wouldn't really save all that much time. But okay, so that's day 12. Let's take a look at our advent calendar. Very nice. Oh, all right. Here we go. Now now we've got animation, which is awesome. Happy about this. This did turn out to be a train, or that's what it looks like anyway. On the side of the building, and yeah. All right. So that was a lot of fun, and looking forward to tomorrow's problem. Thanks for watching.